Hi there, so here's a quick walkthrough on how to use the programming sheet. So you'll see that this first page, and I won't go over each individual tool on this first page, but this first page has a series of tools. Depending on the client, we may add tools or take away tools to this, but for most clientele, you'll have RPE, or rating of perceived exertion, explained, tempo explained, as well as a 1-rep max calculator, barbell warm-ups, and an attempt calculator for those who are invested in powerlifting. Each page will have the client's name as well as a link to a daily readiness assessment form. If that link is followed, the daily readiness assessment form will load, and we can log sleep quality, we can log stress, muscle soreness, and mood and emotional energy as a 4-point metric. And over time, this data in mass becomes tremendously useful and chartable over time. We can see how training interventions may be implicating fatigue levels or emotional energy levels, or we might say that, hey, it looks like so-and-so's not gotten enough sleep for an extended window of time. Maybe we pull back on our training volume and let them recover a little bit more, or don't place as much of a demand on their system. So it's a bit of a feedback, feed-forward system, but that daily readiness assessment form link is really useful in yielding data on the client from a coaching standpoint, and how we choose interventions and how much intensity or volume we choose over time. Next, we have a goal setting page. So this is an objective, key result, and strategy goal setting system. Oftentimes, goals can be a bit nebulous, like improve cardiac health. We can break that nebulous goal down into very measurable components, like a lowered resting heart rate or lowered blood pressure. And then we can flesh out very specific strategies as a co-working between the coach and the client to determine what strategies are necessary to create those key results to feed back into that broader objective. On the master's sheet, you'll see first and foremost, we have the days of the week. And then here, this is a demonstration of my personal training. So I've got my primary lift days listed, as well as the jiu-jitsu activities that I do, and then any specific recovery things that I like to do here. I have this filled in with contrast showers just as a demonstration primarily, but if you wanted to assign very specific recovery metrics, depending on the individual, recovery metrics will be assigned in this upper or broad intention behind recovery will be assigned in this upper level, with very specific things being assigned in the actual day and week. The last thing that you'll see in these kind of frozen columns, meaning they follow us no matter where we go, is an exercise video link search bar. So here we can just scroll down and look at the name, but really if I wanted to search for something specific, I could just start to type it in, and I would click on that thing, and then we could click on this video and it would take us elsewhere to go ahead and watch that video as a demonstration. In the meantime, if you want to search more than one video, you can load that one, and then I would recommend just deleting everything in the cell and researching for whatever the next video that you would like to search for is. In some contexts, videos will be added as a comment. I don't have any videos added as comments here because this is my training, but to access comments, you can see we've got each of these cells has like a little yellow tab on the corner, so that's a sign that there are comments on that cell. If you were on the mobile version of this app, the comments would show on the bottom as open comment section. Here, I've logged the weights that I've used on given exercises as a comment, and then of course coach and client can respond in this thread, and emails will be sent back and forth. So it's a really easy way to communicate very specifically about particular days, and to communicate about particular lifts or weights being moved, or to add videos for form review or for explanation on how to execute technique. This exercise links page can fairly well be ignored. This is just the reference sheet for that drop-down page, and then the form responses at the end are where we would collect all of that long-term data on the exercise and stress questionnaire from the daily readiness assessment at the beginning. Of course, this video link is always here as well, which would show us how to use the programming spreadsheet. So essentially, we've got a mirror within a mirror situation, as this video is the video that you are watching presently.